It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video. Let's go ahead and look at the Teq Ssj2 Gohan Eza. So his leader skill is just a throwaway 1-4 key, 150% to movie heroes. And then we have 200% attack and defense, just baseline. 2 key for every key sphere obtained. You launch an additional super attack guaranteed. You have an additional 20% chance to do a critical hit. You also randomly change key spheres of a certain type. Teq excluded 2 Teq key spheres. From 4 turns on the character's entry turn, you also get 30% damage reduction and you guard all attacks. For every key sphere obtained, you also get an additional 10% attack and defense. When attacking with 12 or more key, you also get the 100% attack and defense. Dude, what the hell is all of this? When attacking with 18 or more key, you get 100% attack. And you also get an additional 159% attack and chance of performing a critical hit. Increased by 20% if your HP is 58% or less. You also get an additional 159% attack and chance to perform a critical hit, 20% starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. You also get an additional 159% defense and 20% crit chance when there's another movie heroes category ally on the team, or when there's a hybrid Saiyans category ally attacking in the same turn. And then you also get an additional 159% defense and a chance to perform a critical hit by 20% if there is an ally whose name is Goku on the team, or when there is another youth category ally attacking in the same turn. That's actually pretty good to see, considering that before, all of his restrictions were basically just you having to get like a movie heroes team, or a like just Goku, like a movie heroes Goku's, I think what it was before. So seeing that it was just a change to the old restriction of movie heroes, or the new restriction of just youth, right? Hybrid Saiyans and youth, which is what you're going to be wanting to run this guy on anyways, right? That being said, it is kind of weird seeing that all these buffs are on 18 key. Like, this is all crazy. It kind of makes me a little bit scared for AoEs for this character, but considering that this really isn't the meta right now for AoEs, that's completely fine. The 12 key gives you an additional 50% attack and defense and greatly lowers the enemy's defense. And the 18 key is raising the attack permanently and then giving you a 50% defense increase for 1 turn. Wait, no. There's no, that does not for 1 turn. That's just a permanent 18 key attack raise and defense raise. That's interesting. So you're basically just trying to spam as much 18 keys as possible to raise his attack, but more so raise his defense. The only thing I'm scared of is how this character is going to look past turn 4. Because guard and 30% damage reduction could be good for like a floating type character. And then on turn 7, you just bam, just pop all of these like attack buffs down here, hopefully, like the 159% attack and all of that. But I don't know. I think defensively they kind of held back for this guy, because guard and 30% is not that big of a deal. It's not. I guess, to be fair, in Gohan's defense, this is probably accounting for the 40% attack and defense buff that Goten and Trunks are going to be giving. If you run 2 of them as a leader, right? So with that in mind, he's probably going to be hitting some insane attack stats. Especially when he's also doing key sphere changing as well. I don't know. I'm curious to see how he is in game. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what the promise made to dad restriction was, because it's been so long since I've used this guy. Let me go ahead and pause, and we'll go ahead and look at a lot of his other stuff that has not been updated, right? All right, I have Hybrid Saiyans pulled up. We can just go ahead and look at Gohan now. So yeah, that's what I thought. It was just all 1-turn buffs before, and it was just raising defense by 30% back then. So that is nice to see that the buffs from the super attack effects got insanely good. Yeah, when there's a movie heroes category ally whose name includes Goku. This is probably going to be an insane turn for this guy, though. 59% attack plus the 40% attack defense from the Goten and Trunks. How many leaks does he actually share with them? Well, he shares 5 to 6 with the Gohan. Yeah, he's gonna look really, really decent though. I think once we see him in game is when we'll know for sure. But let's go ahead and just see how many links he has with the Goten and Trunks. Just out of curiosity. Super Saiyan. Ah, dude, not shattering the limit. Legendary power. I think, is it just 2 links? Is it just Super Saiyan and Legendary Power? The Innocence Prodigy's Budding Warrior. Yeah, it's just that. That's like I hated when they did this for premium LRs, because why would they make it where like a lot of these summonable characters just back then would just have like this? Why would they have Shattering the Limit, dude? You can see that they stopped doing that though. They kind of learned their lesson, because I believe this was the last LR to have done that. Was the 7th year anniversary part 2 LRs, because from that point on, I'm pretty sure none of these guys are summonable. Yeah, no one past this point was summonable. Which Shattering the Limit like isn't, dude, he was like one of the last ones. That's actually crazy. Having Shattering the Limit like isn't the worst thing in the world, because there is still like a decent amount of LRs on here that he could hopefully link up with. But overall it's just not a good thing to have unless there's like a relevant like free-to-play option at the time. And honestly, there's not like a single good movie heroes unit that's like free-to-play as of right now. What movie heroes are you going to be running that's like free-to-play? There's nothing. Yeah, like there's genuinely just nothing. But overall I still think that he's gonna look insanely good. Definitely a massive buff for Gohan for sure. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below though. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.